Hey folks, alright, now I got the settings right. Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition is my second book. Shoot me a page number, just type in a page number and I will flip to that page and start reading. Give you a little taste of this book, and if you like it, both of my books, Aimless and Shadows of Fire, are available online. Oh my gosh, it gives that little circle rings in the face. Hey guys, shoot me a page number and I will flip to that page and start reading so you can hear a little bit about it. It's more interesting than just starting from the beginning if you want to get a taste test about the book. So, page 3? Is that? No. Shoot me a page number. Page 3. Alright, well, I'll go to, let's see here. I'm just going to read the author's note for now until you guys shoot me a page number, and then I'll flip over to that page and just start reading. My teachers always complained that I was a daydreamer. Lost in thought, I seemed to have a difficult time staying grounded in the moment, in the present. While it may have posed a challenge to the educators who were trying to homogenize me, it has proven to be a useful tool in processing the challenges and stressors that I face as an adult. Writing has played an integral part in this processing. Creative writing has enabled me to tap into memories that were so well buried, hidden deep within me, and pull them to the surface. While I've been daydreaming for decades of writing stories based on my adventures, I never imagined how much I would learn and grow from the experience of working through the rough draft that was my own personal timeline. I began writing my memoirs, and once I had a couple hundred pages of memories in chronological order, I began filling in the blanks. At first, I ignorantly thought I would be writing one book. I soon came to realize that I would have to break the story apart. Again, I underestimated the number of pages it takes to truly tell a story, so I offer you now the second book in what will be a series. I cannot promise how many books it will take to tell the story. Perhaps there will be one more. Perhaps there will be 2. Perhaps I will continue to write more. While these stories are fictionalized, the inspiration continues. I feel compelled to warn you that you are embarking on a story that contains content that you may find triggering. The storyline includes accounts of physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. I include these elements in the story because they had a direct impact on the way I interacted with my dysphoria. While I've taken artistic liberties in my effort to fictionalize events, I have also taken special care not to glamorize violence. My goal is simply to help people understand what these situations may look like through a lens of dysphoria. I hope very much that you benefit from hearing my stories. I've written them for the sake of sharing, for the benefit of empowering other community members. If you know someone who will benefit from this book, please help them find it. You are strong. You are worthy of love. You are beautiful. And that's the author's note. Once again, this is Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition. Shoot me a page number and I'll flip to that page and start reading just to give you a taste test of the book. Or shall I just open it? Let's see here. When they reached the trees, Rabbit decided that they had walked far enough. Dropping her bag in the grass at the base of the tree, she sat down to view the path they had just made through the grass. The tops of the cars parked next to the nearest warehouses peeked up over the grass, barely in their line of sight. It was reasonable to believe that if they had a hard time seeing people on the street, then people would likely have a difficult time seeing their camp. Trampling the grass under the tree, they created a space large enough to pitch a tent. Shoot me a page number and I'll just start reading from that page. Once the tent was up, they made their bed, lining the inside of the tent with the rest of their belongings. The color of the tent would blend into the shadows of the grass and trees nicely once the sun had completely set. Rabbit felt safe. As they crowded into the tent for the evening, she was excited to snuggle into bed with Doug and review the events of the day. They had found the center of town, discovered the best place to get food, and found a safe place to camp. She had gotten a job, and they had made some new friends. She was excited about the prospect of what tomorrow might bring, and happy to finally be alone and relaxing. All right, shoot me a page number. This is Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition. This is book 2 of my series of fictionalized memoirs. Shout out to Tang, because that's what I'm doing right now. I am drinking Tang. One of these days, they will sponsor me. We all have to have dreams, right? How about page 273? After their breakfast, Doug played guitar for his daughter while she nursed a bottle. Eyelids fluttering, she fell asleep with her daddy in view. It bothered Kat to know that when she woke up, he would have once again disappeared. By 10 o'clock, Jewel had fallen back asleep. Kat opened the window while Doug tucked the sleeping child into the blankets laying on the floor. He picked up his guitar and knapsack and quietly left the room. Kat turned off the light before gently closing the bedroom door. All right. Come on, shoot me a page number, guys. I'm going to be on here for until about noon, and then I'm going to turn it off. So, page 6. Okay, let's page 6. Both Kat and Jim were quick to take advantage of the privacy of their new home. The honeymoon period did not last long. Despite their best efforts to ignore the outside world, daily routines and social lives intervened. Soon, the two settled into admiring each other from across the room and teasing each other in passing. Watching the tall, strong man from across the room made Kat feel safe. I am taken care of now. He will protect me. He will make my father proud. At first, their house was quiet during the week and only filled up with Jim's army buddies on the weekends. It didn't take long for folks to start coming around during the week as well. Folks began coming to Kat and Jim's house for social time as if it were a place of business, like the nightclub or the cafe. Page 10. Okay, let's go to page 10. Makes it more interesting. Kat had to get up extra early to drive Jim into work because he had to be on post before 8. When she awoke early enough, she liked making coffee and breakfast while Jim ironed his uniform. Paying careful attention to starching his collar, Jim listened to his wife bubbling at him from the kitchen. After breakfast together, Kat would drive Jim into work, and then continue on her way running errands and watching for help wanted signs. Despite her best efforts, some mornings felt flat. Getting up before dawn was not Kat's favorite thing to do when she'd been up late the night before. Still, she was glad to have transportation and would drive Jim to work in sweats, only return directly home. Now that I don't have to worry about income and have a supportive army husband, I really ought to be using these resources to better myself. Kat felt guilty lying around the house all day, doing nothing but spend his money. She told herself that she needed to do more than just clean the house and play hostess. I should really at least get a part-time job so that I'm making my own spending money. She resolved to begin trying to get things accomplished. All right. Shoot me another page number, folks, and I'll just flip to that page and start reading. Give you a taste test. I'm reading from Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition. This is my second published book. It is fictionalized memoirs. So shoot me a page number, folks, and I will flip to that page and start reading to give you a taste test of the book. And if you like what you hear, please check it out. My books are available on Barnes & Noble online. They're available on Amazon. They're available at most online booksellers. I like to support Barnes & Noble because they also still have brick and mortar stores, and that's something that I feel strongly about. But you go to whatever bookseller online that you like to go to, and I'm all for that. It'll still end up coming through my publisher, and it'll still add to my numbers. If you read the book, if you buy it online and you read it, go back in page 7. And write a review after you read it. All right, page 7. As the bar had closed so close to Kat and Jim's move into the big house, it was a natural transition for friends to begin gathering at their place in the evenings. The first couple of weeks, friends began arriving at the same time they would have arrived at the bar when it was still a business. By the beginning of May, people being at the house had become somewhat of a constant. Many hours of the day, Kat's company would consist of only 1 or 2 people. When Jim was home, the crowd was much larger. Rick began coming over frequently and moved himself into their second bedroom. This gave him a home away from home when he didn't want to be around his wife. Kat protested, "Page 1, you want me to start from the very beginning?" "Okay, I'll do it. Page 1. "Hey, Rich, how you doing? Shoot me a page number." "Okay, shoot me a page number and I'll flip to that page." Whoever just said something, they said page 1. And I gotta say, you want me to start from the very beginning? I don't know. But we can do it until somebody gives me another page number. All right, Kat and Jim were eager to settle into their new home together. Jim was looking forward to getting out of the barracks. Kat was overjoyed at the prospect of their potential privacy. After spending the last couple of years feeling constantly insecure about her safety, she was eager to thoroughly saturate herself with the joys of nesting. Page 9. All right, here we go. All right, when you guys pick a page number, know that this book goes to page 391. Page 9. So you don't have to start with low numbers. Page 9. Where are we at? Two couches lined the walls in the front room. Page 24. Okay, we're flipping to page 24. This is fun for me. I hope you guys like it. Page 24. Kat resigned herself to participating to make her mother happy because something inside her liked the theatrics of ritual, but mostly in the hopes that something in the ritual would trigger some divine message. She was looking for a sign that would tell her what direction to go next. She pushed forward, smiling as the plans developed around her. She didn't have to do much to make it all happen. Kat felt bad for Jim because he was a really nice guy. He was obviously enamored enough with her that he chose to marry her. That has to mean something. So why am I unhappy already? Shouldn't I be out of my skin excited? She felt guilty for not being happy. Petting her cat, her thoughts continued to drift. Jim is a great guy. We get along great. We're like pals, buddies, like one of the guys. Most of the time, anyway. She felt like her husband treated her like an equal, like he recognized her worth. That was important. Something still wasn't right. Give me a page number, folks. Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Amber. Hey, give me a page number. Give me a page number and I'll flip to that page and start reading. Hey, Amber, do you want to go live with me and we can, talk about some of this stuff? Because it's pretty cool. You were around for some of it. You and Rich both. You guys want to hop on? Comment, tell me if you want to. It'd be kind of cool. We could talk about some of the things, I don't know. What do you remember? You don't even remember my mom, I don't think, do you, Amber? But anyway, I'm going to invite you guys. If it's going to let me, it's not going to let me. I tried. It'd be really cool. But my phone isn't letting me do it. How do I... Alright, well, I want to, but it's not letting me. If I do it as, Like this? No. What if I do it like this? Yes. It says I invited you, Amber. But I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know how to use this as well as I'd like to. So, anyway, you guys, shoot me a page number. And I will flip to that page. I'm reading from Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of Life in Transition. It's my second published book. And it is fictionalized memoirs based on my life when I was younger, before I transitioned. Let's see here. We'll just flip page 153 until you give me a new page number. By February, Rabbit began getting intermittent contractions. Anxious and unsure, she called the hospital and the advice nurse told them to come in just in case. Laying in the hospital bed, she was nervous. I just want to get this over with. I hope that everything is okay. I hope that they tell me this is the real thing. I am so done being pregnant. They turned out to be false starts, and she was disappointed when she was sent back home. The nurses at the hospital assured her that first babies are often late. They showed her how to time the contractions. You don't need to come back until your contractions have maintained 5-minute intervals for at least 2 to 3 hours consistently. Rabbit slept very little during the first week of March. Contractions frequently woke her up. Lying awake in bed next to Doug, she stared at the clock. Keeping track of her abdominal pain, she'd get excited after the first hour of regularity. By the second hour, she would be so exhausted she'd fall back asleep. Within a couple hours, she'd awaken and repeat the process. When her restlessness disrupted Doug, she moved to the couch and continued watching the clock. Rabbit tried calling the advice nurse a couple times, and the women on the other line always insisted that it would be a waste of time to come into the hospital early. All right. Shoot me a page number, folks. Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition. This is book 2 of my fictionalized memoirs. Book 2 that I have published, and based on my life pre-transition. So I'd really shoot me another page number, guys, folks. 36. By Halloween, Kat was grasping at straws. She had made a plan to dress and drag for the holiday. She would dress in a man's suit, and she convinced Jim to dress as a woman to match with her. Binding her breasts with an ace bandage, she remembered trying to bind her breasts with a scarf to panhandle in the Castro. This is so much easier with an ace bandage. It would have been even easier if my tits weren't so big. Am I allowed to say that here? She looked at her image in the mirror. It's hard to feel festive. This doesn't feel festive at all. Her image looked normal. Completely normal. It struck her as odd that she didn't feel like she was in a costume. She dismissed the thought and focused on Jim instead. Kat expected that it would take some convincing to get her husband to dress as a woman. She was surprised when he not only agreed, but proceeded to actively participate in the costume planning. Hey, you just gave me a page number and then it disappeared. Where'd it go? Why doesn't it show the comments? I want to see the comments, but it's not showing me. Somebody just shot me a page number. Why is it not showing comments? Comments. I think there's something wrong with this machine. That's what I think. Settings. I want people to be able to comment, and it says it's on. I don't want... And I don't know why people are commenting a page number and then it disappears, because I want to be able to see what you said. If I'm looking down while I'm reading, I'm not going to see it. So why isn't this showing? I think there's something wrong with my machine. That's what I think. or either that or I just don't know what the heck I'm doing, which is perfectly reasonable expectation here. I am not great with these machines. But anyway, so try again. Shoot me a page number. I don't know why it disappeared so quick. 20. Okay, I could see it and then it's gone. Why does that happen? Okay, page 20. Here we go. Kat picked up the large carpeted suitcase and turned around to find Jim walking through the doorway. Page 13. Okay. Page 5. Page 13. Page 5. Page 13. During the day, Kat began rotating crowds of people through her activities the same way she had done when she was sleeping in the laundry room. The patterns in which she interacted with different folks differed from her road friendships. Now she was the home base that others moved through instead of her moving through other homes. Find little tidbits here. Page 5. Rick was a short, stocky man. His wife, Mary, was strong and slender, with long, straight blonde hair. Thick shoulders carried Rick's ego high above the rest of the room. He always made sure to muscle his way into the center ring of any social gathering, and often left Mary behind in the process. Page 10. Oh, I already read from that page. Give me another page. Come on. I know. You gave me page 10. Most jobs required skill, experience, or education that she did not possess. How am I supposed to get experience if nobody will hire me? Hey, how many of us have asked that question as a young adult, right? Give me another page number, folks. I'm looking at the screen because for some reason the page number, your comment with the page number pops up and then it disappears, and I really don't understand why. Why it says that the comments are filtered. I'm not trying to filter anybody's comments. Totally don't know why that is showing up. I don't want to filter comments. I want to see what you guys are saying. You know what, folks? I really appreciate you. Page 4. Okay, I'm going to go here. Well, it's showing up now. I don't know what's wrong with these comments and why it says some of the comments are filtered to protect the community experience. That's just silly. The day of their housewarming party, Kat was nervous. She knew she'd be meeting several people that were in the army with her new husband. She felt awkward and uneasy welcoming so many military people into her home, but contemplated how to best present as a wife that Jim could brag about. Shoot me another page number, folks. And I apologize if you're commenting and I'm not responding to it. TikTok is telling me that it's filtering out comments to protect the community experience, and I really don't understand what is to be protected or why they're filtering out. I have no idea what you guys are saying. I am not doing it, so I apologize if your comments aren't showing up here. It's just a really strange experience for me. Anyway, shoot me a page number, folks. Give me a page number. Is it because I used the word shoot? Is that what it is? Send me a page number. Type a page number. And I will flip to that page. I'm reading from Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition. And send me a page number, and I will just comment a page number, and I will flip to that page. And again, if any of you like what you hear so far and you want to check out this book, Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition, is available online at most online booksellers. You can buy it. I also, if you want to read them in order, Aimless Memoirs of a Life in Transition is book 1. However, the way I have written these stories, they totally stand on their own. The character development, the scene development, the storyline development. Page 1, you want me to start from page 1, page 3? The storyline development stands on its own, and you do not have to read them in order to enjoy all the books. I did that on purpose. Page 1, you want me to just start from the beginning. All right. Nearly a foot taller than his perky little fire cat, Jim enjoyed standing behind his wife, placing his large chin on the top of her head and wrapping his long arms around her. Just little excerpts. Give me another page number. Give me a page number that's over number one, no, over 100. A number between 1 and between 100 and 350. How about that? 10. That's a short number. We keep going back to the first chapter. Let me find something that I haven't already read. 276. Thank you. Something that I haven't already read out loud today. Before she left Midtown, Kat's emotional patterns had been dramatically affected by Doug's inconsistent and unpredictable attendance in her daily life. During his recent visits to Walnut Creek, he had been quiet, affectionate, and outwardly sympathetic. Now, he was headed back to Sacramento again. Kat sat on the front sidewalk with her back against the brick retaining wall, reflecting on the previous week. Really, he was pretty wonderful this week. Kat remained on the front porch for a while, taking in the cool sunshine. Peering out onto the driveway, she examined the small clumps of green poking its way through the gravel. Tiny yellow flowers sat nestled in small beds of bright green. From a distance, they looked like soft moss. All right, give me another page number. Shoot me, type in a page number. Apparently, I shouldn't, there are words that I don't know what's going on. So, give me another page number, folks, and I will flip to that page. The book is 391 pages long, so it doesn't have to be like a 1 through 10 number. Let's see. How about 101? Rabbit headed out of the Thank you. I'm glad you like it. It is available online. Most online booksellers. I recommend Barnes & Noble just because I like to support them because they have brick and mortar as well. But you can buy it from Amazon or other online booksellers. And that's why I'm on here, because I want to sell my books. I've been published for over a year. The second book's been over a year, and I've sold maybe 15 copies. I'm not great at marketing, but I like to write. Anyway, let's go back to this. Rabbit headed out of the apartment courtyard and toward the corner. Halfway down the block, she stopped. Did I lock the door? She turned around and returned to check the door of her apartment. Yes, it's locked. Okay, good. She paused briefly in front of the door to double-check everything in her backpack. Keys? Check. Wallet? Check. Jacket? Check. Walkman? Check. Do I have any good tapes? Thank you. Thank you for Thank you. I hope you do like it. Eric Clapton? Okay, that will do. Notebook and pens? Check. You never know. Maybe I will find an adventure along the way. She double-checked all the zippers on the backpack one more time and then threw the strap over her left shoulder before heading out of the courtyard toward the sidewalk. All right, shoot me a page, folks. I'm not supposed to use that word. I think that's why I keep getting in trouble with the ticker talker. Type in a page number and I'll flip to it. And this is Shadows of Fire. You probably can't see it very well. There we go. Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition. And this, by the way, this cover is a painting that I did. It's an original painting. I wonder if it's nearby anywhere. Yeah, I don't know where it is right now. But it's an original painting that I did specifically for this book. All right. You can pin a comment now. Tap a comment to pin. Moderators can do this too. I just want people to give me a page number. All right. Benny and Jet, give me a page number and I'll flip to that page and start reading. I'll give you a little excerpt. This is Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition. This is my second published book. Let's see here. Flip to a page. Walking north from the pizza joint, Rabbit noticed the blue-haired girl from this record shop. Who are you? Lala Bajok. I don't know who you are. Okay. All right, let's see here. Red mad dogs perched on her perfect nose. She took no notice of Rabbit as she approached the outdoor seating. She nodded her head toward... Rabbit took a seat at a table not far from the girl in plaid. She nodded her head toward the blue girl as she placed her backpack on the black patio table in front of her. Now's my chance to not be stupid. Hey, how's it going? The blue girl flicked her cigarette butt into the gutter as she got up out of the black metal patio chair. Without looking at Rabbit, she responded, "It's fucking hot." All right, give me page number. This is Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition. This is my second published book. It is fictionalized, but it is based on true events in my life from when I was younger. Give me a page number and I'll flip to that page and start reading for you. You get little excerpts to see if you like it. And if you do like it, please check it out online. You can buy this book from any online bookseller. Everybody keeps giving me page 10. I think it's funny. Let me go back to page 10. Every day that Kat got up early enough to drive Jim into work, she watched for help wanted signs as she made her way through town to Fort Sill. She meandered through the different neighborhoods, varying her routes on the way home to watch for more signs. She stopped at the neighborhood corner store and picked up a paper. Sitting at home, she read through the help wanted while drinking coffee. All right, give me a different page number, something a little higher. $11. 11 is one page higher. Kat's version of searching for a real adult's job had not procured any lucrative... Here we go. 56. I like that better. A little bit higher. 56. Sister hollered goodnight noises as she went down the hallway to bed. Doug sat watching the beautiful sleeping girl. In the moment, he was enamored with the treasure he brought back from Oklahoma. Eventually, he gave in to the soft sounds of her breathing. There's food. You gotta get up to eat. Doug pulled the hair out of Rabbit's face, exposing her eyelids to the light overhead. Neatly tucking her hair behind her ear, he brushed her cheek with the back of his hand. She squinted, looking up to see an aura of light with his face in the center. God, I love the way he smells. She smiled and put her arm over her eyes. 5 more minutes. 101. The warm summer breeze did not require a jacket. Rabbit stumbled as her sandals moved loosely on her feet. She stopped under a big oak tree, pulling off her backpack as she knocked her shoes off. She bent down, picked up her sandals, and dropped them into her backpack. This time, she put the backpack all the way on. She secured the straps by pulling them a little tighter. paying extra attention to make sure her load was evenly balanced. Rabbit stopped again at the next shady corner and exclaimed aloud, "Wait! What am I doing?" She pulled her backpack off once more. Balancing on one leg, she bent her right knee up as a makeshift table. Holding the pack on her knee, Rabbit rifled through her belongings until she located headphones and the Walkman. With headphones, Walkman, and cassette precariously balanced in her right hand, she flipped the backpack onto her left shoulder. Switching the handful to put her right arm into the strap, freed her hands to put the headphones on. 208. Steam rose as the burner warmed up against the wet pan. Mental note, dry the pan next time. Before long, the steam had passed, and the batter was cooking evenly in the skillet. She cooked all the batter, stacking the potato pancakes on a plate. After eating a few, she wrapped up the rest and put them in the fridge for later. I can eat those for a couple days. Everything is going to be all right. And so the cycle of rituals began again, until the next time Doug showed up. Page number. Give me a page number. And once again, Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition. This is book 2 of my fictionalized memoirs. Book 1 is Aimless, Memoirs of a Life in Transition. Both are fiction based on true stories of my younger life and pre-transition. They are available online with most online booksellers. I recommend Barnes & Noble, but you can get them on Amazon. 302. That's a good way to get me to stop talking. Give me a page number. No, it's fine. 302, it's what I'd like. All right. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, Dad. She paused to force another deep breath. You can do this. You can do this. I don't think I'm going to be good at anything until I find myself. He blinked at her soundlessly, waiting for her to continue. Her legs began to cramp, and she seated herself in the nearest chair. She rubbed her legs while she continued. I'm looking for another job, but in the meantime, I think I need to get back into counseling. All right, give me another page number. Page number. I'm going to stop soon, just so you guys know. I really appreciate you hanging out with me and listening to me read. Give me another page number. I'm going to do a couple more page numbers, and then I'm going to shut it down for today. Let's see here. 311. Cat sat... Oh, no. Kat saw the blue-striped tie approach her table. She silently accepted a thin white folder, placing it on the table in front of her. A voice broke the quiet mumblings of the room. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to... Looking up at the front of the room, Kat focused on the man speaking from the podium. His words echoed in the background, but she wasn't really paying attention. Gray slacks and a sports jacket and a white mock turtle. Who does he think he is? Don Johnson? He looks like a salesman, not a teacher. She looked down and noticed that the other people were going through their folders, following the speaker's directions. She fumbled to try and catch up. All right, give me another page number, folks. 9. What? That's so weird. Like, it shows up as a little triangle and then it disappears. Does that mean that's a comment that's being taken away by TikTok? I'm just trying to understand why some of the comments are disappearing and some of them aren't. Because I don't have a moderator right now. So TikTok should not be censoring what's going on in this live. Nothing has been said that's inappropriate. Y'all are being really nice. Nobody's saying anything mean. I'm not saying anything mean. So what's going on? I'll have to look into that. All right, folks, give me one more page number. All right. 349. Despite her best efforts, her father's response did cause Kat to question herself. What exactly am I trying to accomplish? I know that I want to be a good parent. I know that I want to be a solid provider, a stone foundation for the life that I share with my growing daughter. I know that I still feel lonely, and I want people to love me for who I am. She looked in the mirror, and she still didn't feel love for herself, but she was trying. She decided that it was an issue of mind over matter. She mattered, and she would have to dig into the depths of her mind and convince herself that this was true. All right, I'm going to stop there, folks. I really, really hope that you've enjoyed this. And once again, this is Shadows of Fire, Memoirs of a Life in Transition. This is my second book. I am Charles Firecat Burnell. You can Google my name and books, and you should find the books on several different online booksellers. Amazon's got it. Barnes & Noble has them. Lots of other places have them. Thank you for hanging out in my life. And I hope that you are able to get the book and read it and send me a message and tell me what you think about it. All right. You guys have a great day. Bless you all.